Okay, so we are going to be looking at our puzzle cube statistics, and we've gathered together all of the data for all of our points, all of our cubes, and we need to use this information to come up with some other values so that we can do a better evaluation of the quality of our cubes. So we want to find the mean, which is the average. These formulas are also typed in the Google Doc that I gave to you. Stop typing and pay attention to me, please. These are also typed in the Google Doc. To find the mean, which is the average, we don't type equals mean, we type equals average. And it comes up average. We select average and then the range of data that we want to find the average of. And then we hit enter. Do not click the check mark. It's going to try to do the average for all of these. We don't want to do the average for all of those. We want to do something else. You can adjust the number of place values you have after the decimal point by using this up here, increase or decrease. We want 3 after the decimal point. To find the median, we type equals the median, and then we select the values that we want, and we hit enter. For mode, we type equals mode, and then the values we want, oops, that didn't work, equals mode. Select mode. Mode is the most commonly occurring value. If there's not a more commonly occurring, then it won't give you one. It'll say error. Minimum, we select equals minimum. And then we select all these values. We hit enter. Maximum, we type equals maximum. Then we select all these values. Oops, do it again. Equals maximum. Select all these values. Hit enter. And range. Range is the minimum or the maximum minus the minimum. So we do equals the maximum minus the minimum. And we enter. We let Google Sheets do the math for us. For standard deviation, we write equals ST, and standard deviation pops up, and then we find the range of values we want to do the standard deviation of, which is all of these. And then we hit enter. And now we have all of our values collected. Does that make sense? So we're letting Google Sheets do all of this for us. Now, we want our value of the cube, the best possible cube, to be within one standard deviation of our mean. Pay attention. Pay attention. Stop typing and listen. Stop typing and listen. We want the cubes that we choose for our puzzle to be within one standard deviation of our mean. So we want to take our standard deviation and add it to our mean. We want to take our standard deviation and subtract it from our mean to find the best values within one standard deviation of our mean. So that's what we're going to put in those two cells down at the bottom that I've added to the sheet. One standard deviation and 2 standard deviations. So we're going to let Google Sheets do this for us. So I'm going to say this 2 more times so you can see it. So we're going to say we want it to equal our mean minus our standard deviation for our low value. And next to this, we want it to equal our mean plus our standard deviation. So now what I have here are the cubes that will best fit into my puzzle cube. Any cube that's outside of this on the list, I want to highlight. Because we want to exchange those eventually. We're not going to exchange them today, but eventually we want to exchange those cubes out for better cubes. So we want to know what's one standard deviation, and then we can do 2 standard deviations as well, because if we run out of cubes, we got to accept what we can. So we're going to look at 2 standard deviations. To do that, you're going to add this standard deviation twice. So you could say equals the mean plus the standard deviation. Plus the standard deviation plus the standard deviation again. We could do it that way. Or we can use our math skills and we could say equals the mean minus 2 times our standard deviation. These should be switched. Cuts, pastes, cuts, pastes. Okay. So these are cubes that are good, but not quite the best. Okay. So if we absolutely have